Good afternoon, friends. We are back on Roaring Cycles Spotlight. I'm Shilpa Balakrishnan, your host for today.
Hi,
Hello,
Sonia.
hi. Hello,
Good
hi. Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm also doing well. Welcome to our show, Roaring Cycle Spotlight. Very pleased to have you on the show with us, Sonia.
Thank you.
I have not introduced you to the viewers except that you are a passionate biker. So quickly, tell us more about yourself.
So, I am Sonia and I'm basically from Bangalore and I have been riding since 4 years. And
Okay,
so recently I have started learning off-road. I'm doing off-road training and
nice.
learning more day by day.
Uh-huh.
And before this, I have done a couple of rides. So
Mhm.
yes, every day is a learning and every day is a new day in motorcycle. The journey has been good so far. That's about me.
Great. So what inspired you to get onto motorcycles?
So that's a good journey altogether. So I have a story to say about it. It started with friends. Basically, I never rode scooter before I could get into geared motorcycle. So I thought, okay, why not try to give it a try, or see how it works. So I started learning non-geared motorcycle for a day or two, and then I thought, okay, if I can do it with a non-geared motorcycle, why not geared motorcycle? Let me give a try. So I started riding geared motorcycle. I started borrowing my friend's motorcycle. I started riding, and once I learned, I thought, okay, why not try riding it inside the city? And then I started
Mhm.
riding inside the city. Slowly, I started doing short rides, and that's how the journey started.
Great, great. I think that's typically how we start. We start first commuting within the
Correct.
city, see how comfortable we are. Then we hit the highways, and then slowly, steadily, we all go for longer and longer and longer rides. And
Correct.
yeah, some people move on to racing because they love the speed, they love the thrill that
Correct.
get. And like you said, off-roading, yes, that needs some special skills on how to handle your bike when you don't have a road to ride on. That is really great. So are you practicing it on any particular tracks, or how is it?
Yes. Yeah, I'm practicing it with Big Rock Dirt Park.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, it's been 6 months now that I'm learning with them, I'm training with them. So the journey has
Mhm.
been good. So I'm still a rookie rider, I can say.
So
So yeah,
what do you
still
plan
learning.
to do after training for off-roading?
So basically the plan is to start with rallies. So that
Uh-huh.
is the plan for now, but not right now, not within a year, maybe. So I want to learn more, practice more, brush up my skills more, and then I want to start with rallies. So that's the plan.
That's great. That's great. All the best to you for that.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
So, Sonia, in this show, typically what we do is we talk about various destinations that people have visited, not the usual ones that people keep going to, but something that is offbeat. Since you have been into off-roading, I'm sure you would have taken some off-beaten track somewhere which people would not know much, or not many people would have been there. So, can you share something about such destinations?
Okay, so to talk about that, I would like to talk about my ride to Ladakh. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure like a lot of us have done Ladakh ride for sure. So
Right.
when I was doing Ladakh ride, so when I was crossing Kashmir or when I was riding across Kashmir, there's a pass called Zojila Pass.
Right.
So when I was riding at Zojila Pass, the pass was under construction. So throughout the
Mhm.
year, the pass will be construction due to snowfall, landslides, and all of that. But when I was riding, the road was in real bad condition and it was under construction. So that very morning there was a landslide. So what we had to do is we had to wait for the roads to open up, and after the road opened up we had to take some diversion, which is not an usual road that we generally take when we ride through Zojila Pass. So before the pass, this was the scene that happened exactly before we could hit the pass, and we had to take a real off-road, and that was a real learning from me, and that was my first time that I wanted to do off-road, or that I had to do, followed by river crossing. So
Correct.
that was a very good learning for me. That skill or that experience had taught me a lot.
Yeah, Rosilla Pass is pretty dangerous. I mean, the roads are pretty thin. It's one slip and you are like down, 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 down. No one
Down
will
and
know
down.
where you have gone.
Correct. So
And
when I was riding across the pass, I could literally see the tents down there. Like I think there's Amarnath Yatra that starts from there, if I'm
yes,
not
yes,
wrong.
yes,
So I
yeah.
could literally see the tents as small as an ant that you see on the floor or on ground. It was that scary. And that was the time when I was asked in that condition that I had to take another road, which I was not
Mm,
aware of, or how it's
right,
going to be. And that too with landslides and when it snows,
correct.
the whole day or the entire day. So that was a very good learning, I would say. And that was the time I decided, okay, so this is something that I'm scared of, and this is something that is stopping me to continue my rides. So I need to go ahead and break this barrier for myself. And that is the time I started learning off road and riding off road. So right now I'm pretty much confident with it, and I think I can do more. So yeah,
That's great. I mean, there's always some motivation or something that some fear within us. We always want to capture and overcome it, and that's a
definitely.
very good way to go, Sonia. I mean, many people like they fall, then they are like, nahi, main gir gaya, gir gayi. I'm not going to touch the bike. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, coming up, yeah, as in getting up from that and conquering your fear is what matters the most. And
Definitely.
to make your weakness your strength is what more important. Yes, agree to that. And really, like one day, I would like to see you in the rallies, going off road and doing what
Sure.
Himalayan raid.
The
Yeah,
Himalaya.
many more such. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Thank you. That has been one of my dreams. I really want to do that once. Once it starts, I really want
Uh-huh.
to do it. So it
Great,
has
great.
been my dream all time.
Awesome, awesome. Um, so, what else do you do besides biking?
I'm working with an IT company right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 9 to 5 job that I have from Monday to Friday. And weekend is all
Okay.
about motorcycle and going and exploring and learning. That's about it.
Any other hobby that you had before getting onto the biking part?
Apart from that, nothing.
That's really great. At least you have
Yeah.
like one thing that you're going to focus on
Oh,
and
yes.
be there all the time. That's wonderful to
Correct.
hear.
Correct.
Any other destination that you'd have gone, like within Bangalore or just outside Bangalore, which you would like to share? Like people like us who come to Bangalore, uh, I mean, any particular city we would like to explore out of within that outskirts and things like that.
The recent ride that I did to was Tamil Nadu at Coimbatore, and
Uh,
I think that was the place that I loved the most. I mean, I liked the ride the most, and the experience that I had was very beautiful when I was riding across Tamil Nadu. So that is something that I wanted to talk about because most of us have this barrier that okay, we are from this state, and when we go
mm,
out to ride to another state, these are the conditions that we should have. We should follow certain rules, certain regulations. But when I did the ride and I was riding with one of my other friend,
uh-huh.
there was a point of time when I had to ride solo for quite some time, or half of the ride was done by my own self. And I was
Mm,
scared because I don't speak the regional languages and I was scared. But one thing I realized that if we are, what to say, if we are responsible when we are riding and if we are cautious and if we are patient enough, I think we have help every time around us. And there are always people who are there for you, who can help you if you are into any problem. And there is nothing called an unknown land. People are always there for you, and that is something that I have experienced very recently.
That's really really great. Yeah, there are. I mean, India is not as bad as what it is being posed
Correct.
as. It's pretty safe. It's pretty good. People are good, and no matter
Correct.
where you get stuck, there's someone who's going to be there to help you around with whatever you want. I mean, to their
Correct.
best of their ability.
Correct.
So
Because
yeah,
this
that
is
is
the correct. This is the barrier that we have always seen or always faced, that being a woman motorcycle rider, you're not supposed to ride at night, you're not supposed to ride early in the morning, or you're not supposed to ride solo. If you're going out of the city, you have to be careful. But when I did that solo ride, I felt, okay, this is not something which is true or which is something told to us. If we are cautious and if we are responsible, there are always good people around you to help you, rather, and
yeah.
there is no harm in it. And that is the time when I realized, okay, this is something that I need to do, need to continue, and not wait for my friends to ride in group. We also can do a solo ride, we can definitely do it. And that is the time I decided I'm going to do the solo Kanyakumari to Kashmir. So I was about to do it this year, but
Uh-huh.
unfortunately due to the pandemic I couldn't do it. So hopefully I do it next year.
Yes, yes, definitely you will do it. I'm sure about that, and
Yeah,
it's going to be a wonderful ride. Trust me, going up to Kanyakumari and then back to Kashmir.
yeah,
It's
sure.
it's going to be a wonderful ride through across
Hopefully.
various states and everything. So, Sonia, you said you are practicing off roading and things like that. One thing when you are doing off roading, you need to maintain your bike, right?
Correct.
So, what is it that you think should be there on your bike while you're doing this?
About that, I would definitely say balancing is the key. When you're off road or when you're on road, balancing is the key point. You need to be one with your bike. That is what I believe in, or that is what I have learned. When you are one with your bike, is when you feel your bike more, when you have, that is the time you have more control on your bike and you get to do better on your bike. So I would
And
always
one,
say, I
sorry,
would,
go ahead.
yeah, no, I would always say balance and focus is the thing that is something very, very important.
Correct. And what is it that you think like something if goes wrong on your bike? I mean, what is one skill that you need to know to repair your bike or handle your bike in a much better way if anything goes wrong with it?
So if anything goes wrong, I think the basic thing that we should know about the basic things which I follow, like checking your tire pressure or checking your oil leakage or the levers, brake levers or your handlebar. These are the basic things that I know. I do not know much about the engineering part of it, but these are the basic that I follow before all my rides and make sure, okay, things are in place when I do my rides or when I do my practice.
Yeah, we cannot know the complete engineering of
Complete.
our motorcycle, but yeah, basic things like how to change the
Correct.
clutch or clutch wire or how to change the
Correct.
accelerator wire and things like that. Very basically, people want to always change their tire. Do you
Correct.
know that? Have you trained on that?
No, I honestly I do not know that, but I really want to do that. I really want to learn it because I want to do the solo ride, like I mentioned. So before that, I really want to learn it. So yeah.
So, Mohit asked any specific event that you want to highlight while you were on ride, like any message to share and things like that.
So about that, yes, I definitely have something to say about that. So a previous week I was discussing something with my other friend about night rides.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do night rides with long groups or our friends, we generally go very casual about it. We do not take care of our safety much, thinking, okay, the roads are going to be empty, there will be no much traffic, so let's jump signal, let's not be into our motorcycle gears. So let's just ride, let's just have fun. So that is something
Right.
that I want to talk about or spread the message, saying that always be on your motorcycle gear. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
safety gears.
Correct.
Always make sure your motorcycle is in good condition.
Absolutely.
And please do not overtake. Please make sure your headlights are up and running. You are following equal traffic rules and regulations, and you're following all the safety measures when you are riding, even at night or at early morning, with your friends, or even if you're riding solo. So safety is something that I always want to talk about, because I have faced my own self, or I have seen that being in group or when we are riding at night, we generally go casual about it. So that is something that we always need to take care of and make sure that we are safe and riders around us or friends around us are safe too. This is something that I always wanted to share.
Yeah, safety first. I mean, you can enjoy your life. You will live long to enjoy it only when you follow safety rules. Otherwise, you may end up with some broken bones. I hope it is never fatal for anyone, but yeah,
True.
you end up with broken bones or absolute demotivation because it can lead to anything. So, yes, safety first. Absolutely. Um, Sonia, how did your parents take it when, or rather, your family on the whole take it when you said you want to go riding across?
So the maximum support that I have received is from my father. So the first time I called my father and I told him I wanted to buy a motorcycle, and he was like, "Okay, which one are you buying? Is it Activa or Dio?" I don't know. I wanted to buy a Royal Enfield motorcycle that time for myself. The Continental GT 535 was there in market that time. And my dad was like, "Are you sure about it? Are you gonna do it?" I told, "Yes, I really want to do it and I want to learn it." He was like, "Okay, why don't you try your friend's bike?" I told, "I've already done that. I want to own my own bike and I want to ride. I want to start riding full time." He was like, "Okay, then go for it." So my parents have always been supportive, but when I do long rides, like for a week or 2 weeks or more than that, that's when they get little worried about. But I make sure that I keep them posted every day, or at least alternate days, to let them know that I'm safe and I'm all fine and I'm doing good. So yeah, that's about it.
That's really great.
Yeah,
I mean, your parents, your family, when they support you, is when you get
correct.
all motivated. Like you will never give up when they are there to stand for you and
True,
fight for you, no
true.
matter what happens. Do you have your parents around you? Like, they could just say hi to us, or
No, they are not around me right now.
so generally what we do is we try, I mean, if you have your friends or your family around, we put up some questions to them on how they feel about you riding distances and all that. Yeah, parents are generally worried. I agree to that. Even my mom,
Correct.
she used to worry, but not now. She is not. What do you do when when you said you went to Ladakh, and where there are times when you're not able to reach them for like 3-4 days.
Correct.
Do they panic, or how does it work?
Oh, yes, definitely they do panic, they get scared. So, what I follow is, by the end of the day, if I do not have network or if I do not have sufficient battery in my phone, I make sure I borrow phone from someone, any random person. Like I already mentioned earlier, that if we are cautious and if we are good, everyone around you will help you on road, even if they are unknown or even if you are on unknown land. I have faced a scenario where there was no network at all.
Mm.
But I borrowed someone's phone from the localites there. They have given me their phone, and I spoke to my parents for like more than 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh
And that
wow.
person was still fine with it. So that's what I follow and that's what I do.
That's great, because
So
sometimes
yes.
what we see is people do not inform before. I mean, they may not be aware that there won't be network in certain
That
areas,
place.
and then the parents, friends, and everyone, they start panicking and they try to reach out to every possible person around to see that, okay, my child is okay, or my child is doing well, or is safe, all that. Yeah. So I
Correct.
think communication matters a lot with all your loved ones
Definitely.
whenever you're going out. Very
Definitely.
good, very good.
And,
Um,
and I
yeah,
feel the another way to let our friends know or let our parents know is to share live locations. We have good technologies now. I think we can make use of it rather than, when we get a call or when we call them. I think that's another concern. We tend to get diverted when we are riding on road. So if my phone starts ringing, I tend to get diverted. So it's better I share a location with my friends or family so that they know where I'm exactly or where I'm riding to or what's the condition at. So that's another way that I make sure that I keep everyone in loop when I'm riding.
yeah. There are guys, or there are few people who they don't tell their parents that they're going somewhere, or they don't tell at their home, okay, I'm going out this place,
Yeah,
and they go out for a weekend and all that. typically do not support that. But
True.
yeah, like you said, because it's not good to lie to your family members and then go out. Because in case anything happens,
True.
any mishap happens, you cannot reach out to them, and no one would know that you haven't informed
True.
them in the very first place.
True.
Parents are very important. Yes,
Important,
absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Sonia, when you're, are you part of any women's group, or do you ride with guys as well, or do you have your own group? How does it work?
No, I'm not part of any group right now. I just ride with my friends. So it can be
Okay,
girls, guys, any random friends, whoever is ready, let's pick up and go. That's about it. Or
that's nice.
correct.
Yeah,
Another thing that I do is if no one is ready, I take my own motorcycle and I just start riding. That's all.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. I mean, rather than
Yeah.
depending on someone to live your dreams for through them, it's better to do what you like.
Yes,
Um,
because what happens most of the time is we wait from Monday to Friday throughout the week to get to ride on weekend. And then when you actually try to or contact your friends or try to gather your friends, they'll not be ready or they'll have some other plans. Right? So that is the time you shouldn't give up or shouldn't stay back saying, okay, it's okay. Let's wait for next week. So I do not do that. I take my motorcycle, okay, let's just do it on my own.
Cool. So, guys, if you feel bored, if you feel that you need someone to ride, then no, you don't actually need someone
Need
to
that.
ride. You just can take your bike out and go around
Definitely.
wherever you wish to. And
Mhm.
no need to be scared whether it is whether you're a girl or a boy. Just take your bike out and go. India is pretty much safe, like uh, Sonia says. You will find someone or the other to help you out if ever you get into some trouble or
True.
whatever. But yeah, you need to put that first step out to do something.
Definitely.
Sonia, how do you? A lot of women are now taking up with getting into the racing part, or getting off-road training and all that. Where do you think, or how positive do you think this is going to be going ahead, like in the future?
So, racing or motorcycle is not a male dominated sport anymore, is what I believe in. And women are all over now. No matter it's racing, no matter it's only into motorcycling, women are doing good. So, I'm sure we have a lot of riders coming up. We already have a lot of women riders who are doing much, much, much better than guys. So, I'm sure that the future of motorcycle with women riders are going to be wonderful. That's what I believe in. It's just that we need support and we need our friends and families and our rider buddies and communities to support us more so that we can go ahead and get that spirit and get that strength and do more. That's what I feel. And we all need to be together. We all need to support each other and be one.
Yeah, because typically, if generally when we see that if a woman gets out onto the road with a bike or with any vehicle for that matter, there are a lot of people who criticize them rather than
Definitely.
be supportive about it. So that's the reason why I asked you how it is when you're trying to train for a particular sport, like you are training for off-roading, and there may be women who would want to get onto the racetracks. So how is the response on the training side is what I wanted to know.
So about that, I would say do not give up. That is the first thing. So first time when you go, you may have a lot of failure. You may see a lot of failure, a lot of crash, or a lot of things. So do not give up. Do not back up. Know what you're planning and know what you want to do. So some or the other day you're going to reach the point. It happened to me first time when I went to the track. I had a failure. Second time I went, I had a failure. Third time when I went, I had a failure. But fourth time when I went, I realized, okay, I learned something out of the last three sessions. Fifth session when I went, okay, I felt I was better than the previous session. So every day we get to learn something and every day we grow. Correct? So never give up and never get criticized or never take it personally, never take it on yourself. Even when we ride on road, we'll find a lot of guys, right, generally, or thing who tries to just overtake or just try to come next to you. They want to criticize or put you down when you wait on the signal. They try to put you down. There are a lot of things. So just ignore and aim towards your goal and just keep going ahead.
Thank you so much, Sonia, for all that you have said today. It's really important that one we. I'm sorry, there's too much of noise around,
No
but
problem.
yeah, it's very important to be safe in the very first place and never give up if you are aiming to become something. It takes a lot of hard work to
True.
reach a goal. It's never easy. Like one day you would go riding and everything is going to come onto your hand. It's not possible. You have to keep at it. Do not get bullied by people on the road, and stay put. Uh, Keep yourself disciplined no matter what happens. And yeah,
Dedication.
never lie to your parents to wherever you want to go.
True, true. 100%.
Absolutely. So before I let you off, Sonia, I have an important announcement to make for people. We had put up a contest on 1st of June where Outdoor Travel Gears was giving out a jacket, and we had asked people to participate in it. The entries are closed for now, and we shall soon, very soon, be announcing the results based on the comments, the likes, and the viewership that we have got, and lot of that. So I wish all of you a very happy weekend for now. I mean, the weekend is getting over, but yeah, the
Over.
best of Sundays. Wait
Yeah.
for the announcement, which is going to happen very soon on Roaring Cycles itself. And like Sonia said, never ever give up. We are back to unlock one. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, take care of yourself, be safe, be follow all the hygiene rules, and keep safe
Stay
distance,
safe.
social distancing. Yes, everything. I know Bangalore has been better than Mumbai, uh, but
Now,
yeah,
about that, I have something to say before I go off. That please do not ride in huge groups. This is what I wanted to say at the end. Please do not ride in huge
true.
groups. We are not out of it completely. So please stay safe, maintain social distance, and ride safe.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you very much, Sonia, for being with us today.
Okay.
And hope to see you on the road sometime, maybe when I'm in Bangalore or maybe when you're in Mumbai.
Sure.
Please do come to Mumbai. And
Sure.
yes, we will ride together for sure. Thanks so
Sure.
much for
Sure.
being online.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
Same here, same here. Enjoy your day
Okay.
and be safe.
You do the same. Thank you.
And I really want more women to participate in getting on the tracks or getting onto the motorbike sports from India, and do the best and reach the international level like many other women do across the globe. So here's wishing you all a very happy unlock one. Be safe, social distancing, do not ride in groups or in huge groups, and wherever you are, you have to take care of yourself. ये मुझे नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा मत सोचना, ये किसी को भी हो सकता है, इसलिए आप सुरक्षित रहे और खुश रहे. Take care. Bye bye. Happy Sunday.